Ms. Hicks, if you would stand right there, raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you can have a seat. I am going to ask when you answer the questions that you speak up, and you can direct your answers to the jury as best you're able. All right. Mr. Caceres, if you want to inquire?
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you state your name, spelling your full name for the court reporter, please?
Yes, Crystal Hicks, Crystal, Hicks.
And Crystal, what city do you live in?
Willard.
And what do you do for a living?
I work at the Bridge Bar and Grill,
And how long have you done that?
7 years.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have two girls.
Crystal, what is your mother's name?
Jewel Hicks,
And where does Jewel Hicks live at?
Holiday Lakes.
And your father's name?
It's Jackie Hicks,
And when did Jackie Hicks die?
2 years ago in November.
Do you have any brothers?
I have one brother,
Okay. And what is his name?
Paul Hicks.
Did you see him in the courtroom?
Yes,
He described what he's wearing and
Your
where
Honor,
he's
we'll
at.
stipulate Paul's in the court.
green shirt.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court will note the stipulation.
Does the defendant have a twin?
No.
I'm going to show you some photographs. State's Exhibit 1A, 1B, 1C, 1G, and 1K. What have I placed in front of you?
Do you have your place in front of you?
Yeah, what are they?
This is a picture of Regina. This is a picture of my brother Paul.
So what exhibit is a picture of Regina?
My glasses are over there, I cannot see. I'm sorry. This is Regina's. 1A is Regina, 1B is Paul, 1C is Montana, which would have been their son. 1G is Jansen Phipps, which would be Paul's girlfriend at the time. And 1K is me.
You can just wear them. So this is, I'm placing on the screen now, State Exhibit 1A. And you've identified State Exhibit 1A as being whom?
Regina.
And did you know Regina Hicks?
Yes.
And how did you meet Regina Hicks?
My brother was dating her when he was in high school.
And what was Regina Hicks's maiden name?
Rowe.
And did she have any siblings?
Yes.
And what are her siblings' names?
Chad and Charles.
Okay, and do you know them?
Yes.
And how do you know them?
Through school with Chuck, and then Chad, not as well as they do Chuck, but through Regina.
Okay. And what type of work did Regina do?
She didn't work much. I know she sold Avon for a while.
State's Exhibit 1B that you identified, who is that?
That's my brother, Paul Hicks.
Back in 2001, did the defendant work?
Yes.
And where did he work at?
CSX Railway.
And you know what he did for CSX?
I do believe he was a maintainer,
And what's a maintainer?
like an electrician that works on the signals, the arms that come down at the tracks.
Okay. In State Exhibit 1C, you identified as Montana Hicks?
Yes.
And Montana is the son of who?
Paul and Regina.
And State Exhibit 1G, you identify that as who?
Jansen Phipps.
And 1K,
That's me.
okay. Now, do you recall the defendant and Regina living in a house on Route 99?
Yes.
And what happened to that house?
The house caught fire and burnt down.
And where did the defendant and Regina live after that?
Dale Street
In what city?
in Willard.
How long were they on that property in Dale Street?
I'm not too sure about the timeline, but they were there for at least, I would say, maybe a year. I'm guessing at that. That's just, I don't know.
Okay. And where did they move after Dale Street?
To another house on Dale Street.
And how long were they there?
Not too terribly long. I would say 5, 6 months maybe.
And at some point in time, did they separate?
Yes.
And where did the defendant live after they separated?
My brother,
Yes.
he moved in with me for a while.
And could you describe your house to the jury?
Pretty small house, 2-bedroom, small kitchen, small living room, very tiny bathroom,
And how many bedrooms?
2,
And how many baths?
1.
Was there a porch?
There's a small utility room. There was a slab for a porch out front and like a cement slab for a porch out back.
And what color was your house?
Oh, it's white.
So when the defendant lived with you, where did he sleep?
On the couch.
And would Montana come over your house?
Very rarely,
Would Jansen Phipps visit?
sometimes,
And why would she visit?
because she was seeing my brother.
Do you know Donna Cox?
Yes.
Who's Donna Cox?
She was one of his girlfriends while he was married.
And when was the last time that you saw Regina Hicks?
Probably 3 or 4 days before she disappeared.
And how is it that what do you last remember about seeing her?
She brought me, I think it was Avon over. I'm pretty sure that's why she'd swung by, but she also swung by to see him, my brother.
Okay. Did you observe any interaction between Regina and Montana?
Yeah,
And how did they interact?
she was a great mother.
Do you know Steve Gates?
Yes, I do.
And how do you know Steve Gates?
He was good friends with my brother.
And when was he good friends with your brother?
Before Regina's murder.
Was he good friends with your brother after she was murdered?
Yeah.
Did Steve Gates ever come over to your house?
Yeah, he used to come over all the time.
Now, where were you working in October of 2001?
The Willard Moose,
And what were you doing at the Willard Moose?
I bartended.
And that's a social club?
Yes.
Where's that located at in Willard?
State Route 224.
Did you attend the defendant and Regina's wedding?
Yes,
And what was your role?
I was the bartender.
You're the bartender. Did you work on October 18, 2001?
Yes.
And what happened when you came home?
I came home to a mess in my house, and I was headed to the bathroom, and he tried to cut me off. And
Who's he?
my brother, and he said it was a mess, I would be mad. And when I proceeded to go to the bathroom anyhow, his muddy clothes were floating in the bathtub. He had been trying to clean them.
And how much mud was in the bathtub?
A lot.
Have you ever seen that much mud before?
No.
And was there mud anywhere else?
There was traces of mud in my house, yes.
And who was at your house when you came home?
Steve Gates and my brother.
And what were they doing?
Steve was sitting on the couch, and like I said, I think I surprised them both because I got up earlier than normal. So I never had a set time, and just whenever I wasn't busy, I would close it down.
Okay.
So
So after seeing the mud, what happened?
I made him clean it up.
And did he clean it up?
Yes.
Did you have another visitor that night? At your house?
At my house, I think Jansen came over that night at some point in time.
And was there anyone else at your house?
No.
Now, did you notice anything about the defendant's face or neck area?
He had scratches on his, I believe it was his neck, or part of his face, somewhere in this area.
And did you ask him about that?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said a tree had fallen on him, scratched him.
Did you become aware that the defendant had apparently placed some boots on your porch?
Yeah, years later, I became aware that supposedly he had placed,
Objection.
that he placed boots on
Hang
my
on,
back
hang on.
porch.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if I sustain an objection, then you have to stop,
Okay, I'm
all
sorry.
right? And then the jury's to disregard the question and the answer, and Mr. Caceres can ask you another question.
Okay.
You became aware of boots.
Yes, I did become aware of it.
Did you talk to the defendant about those boots?
Not at that time,
Have you ever talked to the defendant about those boots?
no. I was afraid to.
Okay. And when's the last time you saw the defendant?
Oh, jeez. Probably before he went to Hawaii. I couldn't tell you how long ago that was. It's quite a while.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, that cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hicks, do you have any reason to debate that on October 18, 2001, that your brother and his son, Montana, your nephew, were four-wheeling?
I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you.
Do you have any, I'm asking you, do you have any reason to dispute
No,
that?
because I wasn't there.
Okay. And do you have any reason to dispute on that day, he and Steve Gates were apparently building a pond on the Gates property?
There's not a pond there now, so yeah, I would dispute that. There's no pond, so they weren't digging a pond.
And you have personally seen Paul and Regina get into physical confrontations, haven't
I
you?
know I've seen the after results.
Okay. And you'd agree with me, you've seen her strike your brother.
I've never seen her strike my brother. I never saw my brother strike her, but like I said, I've seen her bruised and battered.
And again, as you sit here today, you have no reason to dispute the fact that allegedly Steve and your brother were building a pond at Steve's place.
Do I have reason to debate that? Yes, there's no pond there.
You have no reason to dispute that.
No.
Thank you.
On redirect?
Where are the bruises?
Different parts of her body, her face. One time he knocked her glasses off. That's one time she called me screaming and crying for me to come help her. The police were involved in that incident. He broke her glasses. She had bruises under her eye cut from that. So that I do know for a fact was from him.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Anything based on that, Mr. Rick?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Hicks, then, you are excused from the stand. We do appreciate your testimony here today. I am going to ask that you not discuss the case with anyone until after the jury comes back with a verdict. Thank you. And your next witness, Mr. Xer?
Jamie Mass.
Ma'am, if you come forward, you stand right there and raise your right hand for me. And do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, take a seat. I'm going to say you appear to be a little soft-spoken when you said that. I'm going to ask you to speak up as best you can. We are taking it down transcription. And when you speak, if you could speak to the jury, that would be great. Mr. Cleary, you can inquire.
Yes, Your Honor, this witness does not object to being videoed.
All right, very
I
good.
forgot to make that record with Crystal Hicks, but she does not object.
All right, very good. Go ahead.
Can you state your name, spelling your full name for the court reporter, please?
Jamie Mass, Jamymask.
Okay. And Jamie, what do you do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home housewife.
And have you ever worked outside the home?
Years ago, I've never. been over 20 years.
And how long have you been married?
I have been married for 19 years.
And what high school did you go to?
Really high
And what was your birth name, Jamie?
school. My birth name was Jamie John Dutton Mass.
And what's your husband's name?
Kenneth Ray Mass.
I'm going to show you what's been previously identified as a photograph of Regina Hicks, State's Exhibit 1. Did you know Regina Hicks?
Yes, I did.
And how did you know Regina Hicks?
Her family and my family was intertwined. I don't know, not knowing her.
And how long did you know Regina Hicks?
Like my whole life, she was my best friend.
I was going to ask you to describe your relationship with Regina Hicks, but I think you just did. Next, I'll place on the screen what's been previously identified as State Exhibit 1B. What is State Exhibit 1B?
That'd be Paul.
Paul Hicks.
Yes.
And when did you meet Paul Hicks?
Went to school with him. He dated Regina. They were always together.
Did you graduate from, what high school did you graduate from?
Willard High School,
And what year did you graduate?
98.
1998. What year did Regina graduate?
She was a couple grades ahead of me.
And what about Paul Hicks?
Same thing. He was a couple grades ahead of me.
Did you see Paul Hicks in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point him out and describe?
Your Honor, we'll stipulate that.
Thank you.
Paul is sitting at the council table.
Stipulations accepted.
Now, where did the defendant and Regina Hicks live in July of 2001?
On 99 in the Blue House.
And what type of structure did they live in?
One level ranch style.
And was there a house fire?
Yes.
And was there an insurance claim made for the house?
Yes.
And was there a payout made for the house?
Yes.
Do you know how much money was paid out?
A substantial amount.
And do you know how much money the defendant received?
Half of it.
And who received the other half?
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach?
You may. This won't. All right. You ready? All right. The objection was overruled. You may proceed.
Did Regina Hicks receive the other half of the sum?
Yes.
What did Regina Hicks do with that money?
Bought a car.
Excuse me?
Bought a car.
And what kind of car did she buy?
Camaro.
And what color is the
White.
Camaro? Were you ever in the Camaro?
Yes.
And what else did she buy with the car? With the money, I'm sorry.
She got tattoo
And how do you know she got a tattoo?
because I got one with her.
And she paid for the tattoo.
Early Christmas present to me.
And what else did she purchase with her insurance proceeds?
She got a Sprint TV, an ATV, her car.
And what was do you know, did you observe the defendant's reaction to Regina spending this money?
Yes.
And what was the defendant's reaction?
Mad as hell.
And why would you say he was mad as hell?
Because she was moving on.
Moving on from what?
From the fire. That was it. And she was moving on with her life.
Was she moving on from the defendant?
Yes.
Did you observe the defendant's reaction to the tattoo?
Yes.
What was his reaction to the tattoo?
Anger and rage.
Tell us about that.
He did not want the tattoo. He didn't like it. He was just infuriated
Where was the tattoo at?
on her back,
Where was yours at?
my ankle. She had a butterfly. I had a horseshoe and 2 roses.
Were you with Regina Hicks in September of 2001 when she was pulled over by the police?
Yes.
And what was she driving that day?
A car that Paul made sure that she was driving because Montana's car seat was in that car.
Do you remember what type of car that was?
A 4-door, I can't, it's been so long, but it was a car that Paul made sure she had put gas in because Montana's car seat was in the back.
And what happened when you were in that car with her?
We were leaving the gas station and all of a sudden we get pulled over and they take her to the front, they take me to the back.
Who's they?
The Willard Police Department and Dane Howard from the Huron County Sheriff's Department pulled us over and went straight to the glove box and the trunk.
And do you remember what Willard police officer was there?
Ricky Sexton, I can't remember off the top of my name. I know Ricky was there, Dane Howard was there. Them were the 2 that I remember the most, but there was more.
Did the police officers search the vehicle?
Yes, they went straight to it.
And was anything found?
Yes.
And what was found?
Pills in the glove box, marijuana in the trunk.
And where were you at when this was, when the drugs were found?
We were leaving the pump to leave the gas station, and then they all came in, and we had to get out of the car. They took her to the front, took me to the back.
What gas station was it?
Hi, Myler,
And where?
Willard.
In Willard? Now, after July of 2001, did you have occasion to observe any bruising on Regina?
Yes,
What did you observe?
multiple bruises
Where at?
on her arm, her wrist, her leg, multiple areas.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State Exhibit 48. What is State Exhibit 48?
My handwriting,
That's your handwriting. And who did you present this to?
Dane Howard,
And is there a date on it?
01-09-04.
And what's underneath the date?
Reese from Jamie Dutton.
And
Right, Jamie Dutton.
why did you give this to Dane Howard? Well, who's Dane Howard, first of all? And why did you give this to Dane Howard?
Because I was questioned multiple times about it.
About what?
Everything, what I heard, what I know, what I seen.
And did you write certain things on, did you make a list?
Yep,
And did you personally observe
everything on the list.
everything on the list?
Yes,
And when were these comments that are on this list made?
throughout the whole relationship, but it got worse towards the end.
Well, after the fire, after July of 2001, were these comments made?
Yes,
And who made the comments?
all Hicks.
And is this a true and accurate list? Is this a true and accurate copy of the list that you gave Dane Howard?
Yes, that is my handwriting,
And why did you make up this list?
because it's not right.
Did Dane want the list?
I don't know. The truth is the truth.
Okay. You want me to reapproach?
You may. All right, you may continue.
Thank you, Ron. Okay, placed on the screen, if what I placed on the screen, is that a true and accurate copy of State Exhibit 48?
Yes,
Okay. Please read what you heard the defendant say.
I hate you, die bitch. Excuse me, but you're a fucking ball and chain. Old lady, fat cow, excuse me again, fucking slob, fat ass, dumb ass. You're worth more to me dead than you are alive.
And where were you at when you heard the defendant make these comments about his wife?
Anytime they were together in altercation,
Now, what was Regina Hicks in the process of doing something with her body?
yeah,
What was she doing?
getting a breast reduction,
And how did the defendant feel about that?
angry.
And what do you remember about that?
He worked for the railroad, and he wasn't gonna let his insurance pay for her breast reduction.
And what did he say about that?
That he'd rather quit his job than pay for it and pay child support and alimony.
Did you ever hear the defendant discuss child support and alimony?
She was gonna get nothing.
And about when did he say this?
Every time the discussion was brought up,
And did you hear this brought up after the fire in July of 2001?
yes, I did.
Now, have you ever witnessed the defendant carry Regina Hicks?
Yes,
And how did you see the defendant carry Regina Hicks?
princess style, like over the threshold that a bride would bring into the house after their wedding.
So in other words, cradle.
Princess style, I call it.
You
yes.
call it princess, but we can't, for the record, we have to describe what it is.
Yes, underneath the legs, underneath the arms, carry.
With both hands.
Both hands.
Have you ever observed the defendant carry Regina Hicks in a different type of way?
Yes,
And what type of way was that?
over her shoulder.
How did he put her over his shoulder?
Came at her like a football stance, tackle. Picked her up, hoisted her over his shoulder.
Did Regina Hicks keep a journal?
Yes,
Did you see the journal?
yes.
Where was the journal kept at?
Beside her bed, underneath her nightstand on the left side of her bed.
What do you recall about October 18th, 2001?
I was supposed to be with her that day.
And
I'm sorry.
I was supposed to be with her that day.
and what happened that you were not with her that day?
I was under the weather and I had horses to feed.
And where were you supposed to be with her at that day?
We were supposed to go Christmas shopping for her son Montana
And where were you supposed to go Christmas shopping at?
in Mansfield
For who and Montana?
for Montana.
Oh, for Montana. No further questions, Your Honor.
No? On cross-examination?
Thank you, Ron. Ms. Maskey, you testified that Regina was your best friend, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And you would agree with me that she went missing in October of 2001, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you would agree with me that law enforcement was exploring several different suspects at the time, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you've already testified in regards to State's Exhibit 48. All these nasty things that were said, you waited until 2.5 years after your best friend's disappearance to share that with the lead investigator?
I was always, I told they never wrote down.
Oh, you were familiar with the Gates property, correct?
On Dunlap Bluff?
Yes.
Yes,
And you met with the investigators and the prosecutor in March of 2023, correct?
yes,
Okay, and that was at your house, right?
yes,
Because they were re-interviewing you, because obviously this took place in 2001, right?
yes,
Okay. And did you recall telling them about the pond at Steve's property?
yeah,
Okay. And you have no reason to dispute that Paul and Montana were helping Steve Gates work on at his pond on his property on October 18th, do you?
not that much in depth, no.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, anything based on that, Mr. Kacic?
Yes. Do you recall an interview that you gave Dane Howard on October 23rd, 2001?
You can refresh my memory,
Would a copy of Dane Howard's report refresh your memory?
yes.
So I'm going to hand the witness a copy of the report. You just read it to yourself and let us know when you're done.
Okay. Yes,
Does this refresh your recollection as to what you told Dane Howard
yes,
on 10/23 of 2001? The defense counsel asked you about the note, States Exhibit 48. Did you provide Dane Howard on October 23rd, 2001 with similar information
similar,
when you met with him?
yes,
So you didn't wait 3 years, did you?
no.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Anything on that basis, Mr. Rich?
Explain to us the similarities.
Similarities as I was asked about it. told it wasn't on paper, and then I was asked, and it's 4 years later, and it's on paper.
And you never used the verbiage you did in the State's Exhibit 48 back in October of 2001, did you?
Not that it's on, it's not on there.
Your Honor, may we approach?
You may. All right, so nothing further? from
Nothing
this
further.
witness? All right, Ms. Mass, then you are excused. We thank you for your appearance today. I am going to ask that you don't discuss the case with anyone until after the jury is given. Very good, thank you. All right, Ms. Rowe, if you come forward, if you would, if you can stop there, raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can take a seat. I'm going to ask that when you answer that you speak up, and if you could, direct your attention to the jury. All right, very good. All right, thank you. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. If you would please state your name, spell your last name for the record.
Sarah Rowe, R-O-W-E,
And Ms. Rowe, where do you currently live?
Willard,
And are you employed?
yes,
Where are you employed at?
at Stanley Black & Decker in Willard.
What do you do there?
I'm material handling and they're planned for every part department.
And how long have you worked there?
19 years.
Do you know a Chad Rowe?
That's my husband.
All right. How long have you been married to Chad?
We got married 2011, I believe.
And when did you meet him?
We grew up together.
At some point, I'm guessing maybe you were friends growing up together?
Yes.
Where did you guys grow up at?
Out in the country, his uncle, I was best friends with his cousin Jennifer.
But was this in the area of Willard, Ohio?
Yes.
And at some point, did you two start to date?
Yes.
When did that happen?
The end of November of 99.
What grade would you have been in?
I was a senior.
And did Chad have siblings?
Yes.
Who were they?
His sister Regina, and then he has a brother Charles.
And as far as age-wise, was Regina older, younger,
She's a couple years older than him.
but relatively close in age?
Yes.
And what was your relationship with her once you started dating Chad?
At first, I met her around when we started dating, and then we started hanging out every day, just about. Chad got a job on the road, so I hung out with her because I was by myself at our parents' house.
And so you saw her on a daily basis.
Yes.
And how long was your relationship with her like this? Like how long did that go on for?
Until her death.
So multiple years?
From 99 to 2001.
And you guys, for that period, you talked pretty much on a daily basis?
Yes.
So you were close.
Yes.
At some point, did you know Paul Hicks?
Yes.
When did you meet him?
I believe it was when Chad had took me over there to like introduce me to his sister again, because we had met but had not seen each other for years, and meet his nephew Montana.
And so, do you remember like what year that would have been, or?
It would have been around in between Christmas and Thanksgiving of 99.
And then he and Regina dated then mostly throughout the time up until,
I believe they were already married then.
so they were married by the time that you'd met.
I met her before earlier in the years, but it had been a long time.
All right. And as we get into the year 2001, kind of towards the end of that, what was their relationship like?
They were falling apart. He had been cheating on her, and she was kind of upset about that. And she caught him cheating, and they had been fighting. She wanted to get a job, but he didn't want her to work.
Okay. Was he controlling as far as the relationship went?
Yes, like, she really wasn't allowed to go around her mom. She would only talk to her mom when he wasn't home.
At some point, did they separate?
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
She had caught him with dancing one night, and that, after that, they shortly separated, maybe that, it might have been that night or a couple days later.
Once they separated, where did they live at?
She was still living at the house. I believe he moved in with his mom and dad or his sister one.
Do you remember approximately when that would have been, like a month, time of year?
It was probably a month and a half before she came up missing.
So then, in the weeks that followed that, did she see anybody else?
She started hanging out with some of her old friends. I had met one of her friends, Sherry, and she started dating Mikey Perkins probably a few weeks before that.
Did you know Mike Perkins?
I met him a couple times, like maybe a week and a half before, and then probably a couple days before.
During those weeks, how did she appear, like her demeanor?
She seemed happy. I know I watched Montana a little bit for her, so they could go out and just be just them. She seemed a lot happier than she had like the last year.
So it seemed like she was kind of turning the corner, maybe?
Yeah, like kind of finding herself, doing her thing, not being just tied to the house every day.
When's the last time you saw her?
It was probably 3 or 4 days, I'm gonna say, because I worked a lot that week, the last week before I saw her. I was working a lot, and I had STNA classes at EHOVE, so I wasn't home a lot.
Where were you working at the time?
At Twilight Gardens in Manila.
What'd you do there?
I was a nurse, and I was going to STNA classes, though.
So during that month of October, you would have been working a lot, or at least that
Yeah, I was
week?
working day shift, and then after work, I'd have to go to classes Monday through Friday at EHOVE for my STNA, so they tried to schedule me Monday through Friday, so I was already in Norwalk, and I just drive to EHOVE.
But you think that you saw her sometime that week that she disappeared?
Yeah, probably a few days before, because I probably had at least one day off that week.
Do you remember where you were at?
I believe I was at my house.
And what was her demeanor? Like, how was she acting?
She was pretty happy, and it might have been the same night that she brought Sherry over, maybe not, because it's been a long time, but she seemed happy. They were gonna go shopping and go out to eat and stuff.
Okay. Were you aware in the weeks leading up to her death of her purchasing a vehicle?
Yes.
And can you tell us about that?
So me and Chad went with her because she wanted to put the car in Chad's name because Paul was gonna take the car that she was currently driving from her, because that way she would have no transportation. And she wanted me to drive the car that she was currently driving back to their place because she thought Paul wouldn't get mad if I drove it to her. If her brother or parents drove it, he'd get upset.
And so you actually went with them when that was actually purchased?
Yes.
As far as when she did go missing, how did you find out about that?
Mikey Perkins had called our house, and me and Chad both kind of answered the phone at the same time and said that she never showed back up.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection sustained, you can rephrase the
Thank you,
question.
I'll withdraw the question, Your Honor. Mikey Perkins gave you a call?
Yes.
And once he contacted you, first of all, what were you doing that day?
I just got home from work, and I had a headache. I took a shower, was laying down in the bed.
Were you supposed to watch Montana at some point that day?
She had wanted me to, and I had Chad call her and tell her that I didn't feel good, and he said, well, he'd already said his mom would watch her, so she was just gonna take Montana to her mom's house.
Once Mikey Perkins told you about her not showing up, what did you do from that point?
Chad called his mom, and she said that she never showed up with Montana, so then I tried her cell phone and her house phone, and I actually had left a message on her house phone answer machine to call me as soon as she got the message.
And what did you do after that?
I ended up going to bed because I was supposed to go to work the next morning, but I ended up calling off.
What did you do those days, like while she was missing?
The next day, I stayed home, and we all kind of went to Lake Sellers and gathered, but while I was at home, Paul's mom called, said she never showed up to pick Montana up, so then I kept trying her cell phone, voicemail was full. I called the house again, left another message on the answer machine, and then the rest of the days I had to work and I had class.
Without saying what the person said, how'd you learn when her car was found?
Shannon came home and told me that they found her.
You mentioned towards the end of their relationship that it was argumentative. Did you ever hear Paul say anything about her dating other people in that time period?
Towards the end, when she was kind of wanting to end things because she knew he was with Jansen, he pretty much told her that nobody would want her. If he couldn't have her, nobody could.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, Mr. Rich?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then we do thank you for your testimony here today. I am going to ask that you don't discuss it with anyone until after the jury comes back with a verdict, okay? All right, you can be excused.
Thank you.
Might be a good time for a brief break. We're about 2:45 right here. Everybody needs to get a chance to stretch your legs. If you have to use the facilities, do so. Let's figure we'll start back up no later than 3 o'clock. If we get everybody back together a little sooner than that, we'll try and do that quicker. All right? Yeah, don't discuss the case amongst yourselves, don't discuss with anyone else. And don't let anyone discuss. All right, this time we're ready to continue with the state's presentation. Your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the state will call Janet Hecker.
All right, ma'am, if you stop right there, raise your right hand for me, and you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Can I have a seat? I'm going to ask that when you answer, you speak up because we are taking it down. Also, if you can, address your comments to the jury. Okay? Thank you. You may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. If you would, please state your name, spell your last name for the record.
Janet Hecker, H-E-C-K-E-R.
Where do you currently live?
Plymouth?
Are you employed?
No, disability.
You're on disability from where?
Pepperidge Farm,
How long did you work there?
about 30 years.
And what did you do there?
I started out as a packer, chair on days, and then I went to second as a supervisor, and then third as tow motor driver, so I could see my kids.
How long have you been on disability then?
Probably like 6 years.
And how did you know Regina?
She was my niece,
And so you are her mother's,
sister.
were you close when she grew up?
Yes,
As far as living, did you guys live in close proximity?
yes.
How often would you see their family?
A lot, like at least every day or every other day. My daughter was close to her age, and they played together.
How many children did you have?
3.
And your daughter was the one that was closest to her?
My oldest daughter, yes.
What was her name?
Jessica Bays.
And even as Regina got older and into high school, you stayed close with her?
Yes.
How often would you see her when she was in high school?
I worked a lot, so probably at least twice a month or something, a couple times a month.
And typically, where would you see her at?
At my mom and dad's or at her house.
At some point, she started dating Paul Hicks.
Yes.
Do you remember when that would have been in her life?
I'm thinking around 15, 16.
So sometime in high school?
Yeah.
Would you see the two of them together a lot?
Yeah, she was living alone.
As she continued to date him, did she still remain at home, like she still lived at home?
Yes.
And how long did the two of them date for?
I'm not quite sure how long.
Would have been years.
Yeah.
Heading into 2021, once we get like towards the back end of that year, what was their relationship like?
He was always yelling at her, fighting with her.
Was he controlling?
Yes, very.
Did you witness an incident like 4 or 5 months before her death that turned physical?
Yeah, he pulled her hair and smacked her at her house, at their house,
And where was that at? You said at their house, but where?
on Dale Street.
And where were you actually at? Were you outside, inside?
I was actually behind the door because she wasn't, we weren't allowed to talk to her.
And that was at the request of...
Yeah.
And speaking of Paul Hicks, do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do, sitting over there, a green shirt.
Stipulation to identifications accepted.
And so there was a time where you weren't supposed to talk to her.
Yeah.
Now, when was the last time that you saw Regina?
It was probably like 6 or 8 weeks before she died. I was at her house. She wanted me to stop over to see her border she had put up.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And so you're saying it was a couple weeks before she died, isn't it?
Yeah, about 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
And was she dating Paul at that time?
No.
So they had separated?
Yeah, she told me she had filed for divorce, going to file for divorce.
Was she seeing anybody at that time?
Yeah.
Who was she seeing?
I don't remember his name.
All right, but there was
I'm bad with names, sorry.
but there was somebody that she was seeing at that time?
Yes.
How would you describe?
Mike Perkins.
Okay. How would you describe her demeanor at that time when you saw her?
She seemed happier. Yeah. She was boxing stuff up. She was getting ready to move.
Okay. And that was the last time you saw her?
Yeah.
How did you learn that she had disappeared? Or
My sister called me, her mom, Lisa, and told me.
And once you learned that, in the night that followed, and there's tissues next to you. You can take your time. And that night that followed, in those days that she wasn't missing, did you reach out to her?
Yeah, we drove around, me and my kids looking for her. We couldn't find her.
Do you remember how you found out that her vehicle had been found?
Yeah, the guy that I was dating, Ed Kuntz, called me. I was bartending that night, and he called me and told me that they had found her car.
And once you heard that, what did you do?
I went out to the reservoir, to the pond.
When you got there, can you just describe like the scene, what you saw?
I saw the forensic guy there, and
Mike Perkins was there, my brother was, two brothers were there, Chad Charles, me, Jackie Hicks, and Crystal's cousin.
Where did you actually stand? Like, where did they have you located? Were you out on the road or towards it?
Towards the road,
And everybody was kind of together?
yeah.
Was Paul Hicks there?
No, he wasn't.
Going back to the day that she disappeared, what were you doing that day?
Probably, I had two younger kids, I was playing with them.
That evening, what would you have been doing?
The day she disappeared,
Yes.
I was at my sister's house.
Were there ever times that you actually heard Paul talk about child support?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, I worked at the VFW too to buy my house, and he was sitting at the bar, and he was talking to a friend, and he told, I was getting a divorce at the same time, and I told my friend that my ex didn't want to pay child support, and he spoke up and said he was never going to pay child support.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, then cross, Mr. Rick.
Ms. Hecker, I'm not going to ask you any questions to pry into your personal life, but I have some questions that I want to ask you because I'm going to have questions down the road about the investigation.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so you testified that you were going through a divorce at or near the same time as Regina and Paul, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to direct your attention to August 20th of 2003. Do you actually remember that day?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Do you remember giving an interview to Mr. Howard, Dean Howard, in the case in August of 2003? You know who Dean Howard is?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Do you remember speaking to him? It was approximately 2 years after the incident.
No, I don't.
Okay, let me see if I can refresh your recollection of this. Your ex threatened you, correct? When you were going through your divorce?
Yes.
Okay. And he said to you specifically, you better learn how to swim.
You gotta make me approach.
You may. Hang on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, now you may proceed.
Do you remember that, telling Dean Howard that now?
Yes, my ex was best friends with Paul Hicks.
Okay. And they were hanging out together
Yes.
prior to 2001, correct?
Yes. He
Okay.
worked on the railroad.
Okay. And in 2003, you voiced some concern to Dean Howard about this because you were concerned if maybe John had something to do with this, correct?
I was more concerned if he was going to get Paul to do something to me.
Okay. You said, though, at the time of the incident, meaning October 2001, you expressed concerns to Dane Howard because you said your husband's pickup truck, you were at one time had blood all over the passenger side, correct?
I don't remember that.
When you met with Dean Howard, you were concerned that your husband was involved with Regina's disappearance and death, were you not?
Yeah, because they were good friends.
All right, thank you.
All right, anything based on that, Mr. Caceres? I'm sorry, Mr. Alton.
That's all right. Yes, Your Honor. So at some point you gave a statement to Dane Howard, is that correct?
Yes,
And defense counsel asked you about it. It involved your husband, who you were going through this divorce with at the same time that he and Regina were going through a divorce.
yes,
And you had some concerns about him. And you mentioned he was friends with the defendant, and that's why you were concerned?
yes,
Okay, because you thought maybe that they had some involvement together?
yes.
Okay. Thank you, nothing further.
Anything based on that?
No recross, Your Honor.
All right, very good. At this time, we are going to excuse you from the stand. Appreciate you being here today. I am going to ask that you don't discuss your testimony with anyone until after the jury comes back with a verdict.
Okay,
All right, thank you. All right, and then the state's next witness.
Chief Shavers.
Good afternoon. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And you can have a seat. All right, you may inquire.
Thank you. Can you state your name, spelling, your full name for the court reporter, please?
Shannon Chafins, Shannon, Chafins, Chaffins.
And what do you do for a living, Shannon?
I'm the police chief of the Willard Police Department.
And how long have you been the Willard Police Chief?
Been the chief for 8 years.
And who did you replace?
Mark Holden,
And how long was Mark the police chief?
3 to 5 years, somewhere in
And how long have you been employed with the Willard Police Department?
there. 31 years.
And prior to being employed with the Willard Police Department, did you have any law enforcement related job?
I worked at the Plymouth Police Department as a part-time officer for about 6 months.
And what did you do before you worked? What did you do before you worked at Plymouth?
I worked at a warehouse in Shelby, Ohio.
So you get hired. And who was the police chief when you were hired to work at the Willard Police Department?
The first one was Dave Sadek, and the second chief that I worked for was Tom King.
Sadek.
Sadek,
Yeah, I remember. And the second police chief?
Tom King.
Did Tom King have any daughters?
He did get 2 that I knew,
And what were their names?
Carrie and Angie.
Okay. In 2001, what were your duties with the Willard Police Department?
I was a sergeant in charge of a shift.
And what does a sergeant in charge of a shift do?
You're just in charge of the employees that are on that shift. Any decisions that are made, you make those.
Let me hand you what you're going to identify as State's Exhibit 7, and then 83 and 84. What is Exhibit 7?
Exhibit 7 is a map of the city limits.
And what is Exhibit 83?
83 is a map of 4463 Town Line Road 12.
And what is Exhibit 84?
84 is an intersection of Town Line 12 and Section Line 30.
Okay, are those true and accurate exhibits?
They are, yes.
Look at the screen to your right. What have I placed on the screen to your right?
That's a map of the
Oh,
city.
I'm sorry, to your left.
That's a map of the city limits.
Okay. And what is the street that borders the northern border of the city of Willard?
Town Line Road 12.
And what borders the eastern portion of the city of Willard?
99 or Steel Mall Drive is probably the most extreme.
Okay, and what about the western portion?
Main Street for most of it, but then there's like the subdivision off to the west of the park.
And where's Washington Street in the city of Willard?
It's in the north, it's almost in the center of the screen there if you look.
Okay, so if you, what am I pointing to?
That's Washington Street there?
And that's on the map.
Yes.
And then how does one get from Washington Street to Town Line Road 12?
Most people would take Washington Street to Kiefer to Town Line 12.
And how long of a drive is that?
Maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 80. You've identified States Exhibit 83. And what is States Exhibit 83?
That's 4463 Town Line Road 12.
It's a bird's eye view from Google Earth.
Yes.
And you've identified this document, States Exhibit 84. What is that?
That's the intersection of Town Line 12 and Section Line 30.
Okay. Now, to the south of Town Line Road 12, what appears?
CSX Railroad.
And what's south of that?
Looks like a field.
See where the word Google Earth is printed?
Yes.
What's that printed over?
That's one of the retention ponds.
And to the north of the CSX tracks, what appears?
Another retention pond.
You know who owns that retention pond?
I do not.
Okay. Now, do you know a person by the name of Paul Hicks?
Yes,
Did you see Paul Hicks in the courtroom?
I do.
Could you point him out and describe what he's wearing?
Your Honor, once again, I'll stipulate identification.
Stipulations accepted.
Thank you. Chief, is the northern retention pond that's on State's Exhibit, what is that, 84? Is that in Huron County?
Yes.
Is Town Line 12, what we've shown you so far, is that in Huron County?
Yes.
How do you know Paul Hicks?
Just from calls and word contact on.
Did you have occasion on October 8th of 2001 to respond to a call involving Paul Hicks?
Yes.
What was the basic subject matter of the reason you responded?
Initially, it was a property complaint. He was trying to recover some vehicles from his wife's property,
And who was his wife?
Regina Hicks.
And who responded well, do you recall what location was responded to?
It was a 500 block of Ash Street.
Of Ash Street?
Yes.
Okay. And who responded to that?
Myself and Officer Chris Kelly.
And could you spell the officer's name for the court reporter, please?
CHRIS. Last name is KELELEY.
And when you arrived at the 500 block of Ash Street, what do you recall you did?
Officer Kelly was there first, and I arrived second. When I was there was a phone call from Regina, and she wanted to talk to us as well, so I left and went and talked to her resident.
And did you notice anything about Regina?
She had some redness on her neck. She said it was,
Don't say what you said, but what did you notice about it?
just had redness on her neck, and she pointed to a mark on the chair and it hit the wall.
And what was her mental state when you saw her?
I don't really recall her.
Okay. Was a statement taken from the defendant?
Yes.
Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 17. What is State's Exhibit 17?
It's a written statement from, signed by Paul Hicks and myself.
Okay, and is that a true and accurate copy of the statement?
Yes.
Is this statement of document kept in the regular course of business for, at the Willard Police Department?
Yes, sir.
It's something you normally keep.
Yes.
If you look at the screen to your left, if I placed a copy of the statement on the screen to your left.
Yes.
So at the top of the statement, what appears?
Paul's name, address, phone number, date, time of events.
Okay, so it's the address that he asserted he was living at?
Yes.
Do you know who lives at 3332 State Route 103?
No.
With his phone number?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
But do you see a phone
I
number?
do
on
see
it?
phone number, yes.
And what phone number is listed?
706-1593,
And birthday?
2/17/75.
And he gave a social security number.
Yes.
And you have date of offense, date of statement, and time of offense.
Yes.
And what did the defendant write?
He
You can read it from me, whatever's more comfortable for you, Chief.
He went to pick up a 1995 Geo Prism because his wife bought him a Camaro. When go there, everything was going smooth. Got the keys to the car. Left a 1991 Mercury Tracer for her to have as a backup ride. Was the Mercury. I was backing out of the garage when my cell phone started to ring. I answered. It was a female friend of mine, Regina, my soon-to-be ex-wife. Asked who it was. I told her. She went crazy, grabbed the radar detector, slammed it all over the garage floor. I got out of the 95 Geo, went into the house to call 911. She pulled the home base out of the wall, so I went back outside. She grabbed my chest, ripping my shirt, scratching my chest and neck. She had her keys in her fist, punched me in the head, cutting me with the keys. Cutting me with the keys, flew into the yard. I made it to the 95 Geo, started backing out. She opened the door, tried to rip it out. I left and called the cops at my sister's house.
So, what vehicle did the defendant admit to driving?
1995 Geo Prism.
And type of car is that?
There's Geos are made by General Motors. It's a compact car. I think they're usually four-door, but it's a compact car.
Small car.
Small car, yes.
It's not a Cadillac.
No.
And what about a 1991 Mercury Tracer?
Mercury Tracer is like a Ford Escort. It's just got Mercury bags on it, but again, it's a compact car.
Compact car? No further questions.
Okay, and Cross?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, very good. We do appreciate your testimony today, and going to ask that you don't discuss it with anyone else until the jury comes back with a verdict.
Okay.
All right, you may step down.
Thank you.
You ready with your next witness?
Charles Rowe.
All right. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can have a seat. I am going to ask that you do speak up to the best of your ability, and also address your comments to the jury if you will.
Yes, sir.
All right, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Hi.
If you would please state your name, spell your last name for the record.
Charles Rowe, R-O-W-E,
Where do you currently live at?
Mills Road, Plymouth, Ohio.
Okay. Now, are you currently employed?
Yes, sir.
Where are you employed?
I work at the Hartsville Metal in Shelby, Ohio.
And how long have you worked there?
15 years.
What do you do?
I make seamless tubing, steel tubing.
All right, that's great. Regina was your sister.
Yes, sir.
And growing up, where did you guys live?
On the east side of Willard, on the Hayes Street.
As far as an age difference, were you guys close in age, far apart?
I was 9 years older.
So with that type of age difference there, what was your relationship like with her?
Oh, we got along great. And her and my brother actually got along better than myself and her did because of the age gap. They were only 2 years apart. But
Who age-wise, were you closer to your brother or your sister? Was he older or was she older?
She was 2 years older than my brother.
Did you have to like babysit them a lot? Like, was there enough of that kind of?
Some days,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Did you, what high school did you go to?
Willard High School.
And do you remember a time where she started seeing Paul Hicks?
Yes.
Do you remember about when that would have been? And when she started dating him, were you still living at home?
No.
All right, where were you at by that point?
I was living on the east side in a single room or bedroom house at the time, not too far from where I grew up at.
So it didn't take you very long to get to see the family?
No, like maybe 3 minutes.
And what were you doing at that time? Like, where were you working?
I was working in a, they called it Mansfield Brass and Aluminum. We melted aluminums and made parts out of melted aluminum.
And guessing by the name, was that in Mansfield?
No, it was in New Washington, but their main branch was in Mansfield.
All right, that's a little tricky there. But, and what did you actually do for that?
I melted the aluminum. I operated the furnaces.
And so how often would you see your sister and your brother, your family, like during this time frame? If we're talking like 99 to 2001.
About 2, maybe 3 times a month on the weekends when I wasn't working.
Would you usually go to see them, or would they come to your house?
I would go see them. I'd see my parents,
And when you would see your family, would you see Paul Hicks?
sometimes.
So as we get closer to 2001, in the last few months that your sister was alive, how would you describe her relationship with her and Paul?
She told me it was getting very rough, and just, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks before she came up missing, she said she was in the process.
Stop for a second, stop for a second.
When there's an objection, I need you to stop, and I'll address the objection. At this time, the objection would be sustained, or would you like to be heard?
No, Your Honor, I'll move on.
All right, sustained, you may move on.
Thank you. And so in the weeks leading up to her disappearance, did they separate? Were you aware of that?
Yes, they did separate.
And how did you know about that?
She would call me.
And at some point, did you learn that she was missing?
My mother called me and asked if I had seen her that day or the following, the day before, and I told her no.
What were you doing the day that she was missing? Do you remember?
I was probably in Columbus, Ohio, pouring concrete, because I did that for, I think, 12 years too.
Do you remember the last time that you saw her?
I think the last time I saw her, I seen her at the VFW in Willard, and that was maybe 10 days, 12 days before she came up missing.
And so once she came up missing, what did you do? Did you call anybody to try to get a hold of her?
Me and my family members, we looked for her every day, every night. Tried calling her, no answer on the phone. And we just continued to look for her until we found her.
And so tell me about that. What were you doing that day?
I was coming home from Columbus after work, and it was, I don't know, it's probably at least 6 o'clock at night, 6:30. And my ex-wife calls me and tells me, hey, they found a car in the pond in section line 30.
And once she told you that, what'd you do?
I hauled ass home as fast as I could, and I got to the pond.
Tell me what you saw when you got there.
There was approximately, I don't know, 90 people maybe, and they were on the road, on the bridge. And the ambulance was there, and the sheriff was there. They had it somewhat taped off with the yellow crime scene tape. And that's pretty much basically it.
Was Paul there at the time?
No, sir.
Did you ever have a chance to ask him about that?
Yes, sir.
And what did he tell you?
He didn't have a babysitter at the time.
Thank you, Your Honor, nothing further.
All right, Cross?
No question, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you for your testimony, and you can return to your seat. All right, state's next witness.
Chad Rowe.
Sir, if you would raise your right hand for me, and do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You can answer. I'm going to ask that you speak up, and if you would direct your comments to the jury. Thank you.
Can you state your name, spelling your full name for the court reporter, please?
Chad Rowe, C-H-A-D-R-O-W-E,
Chad, what do you do for a living?
construction work.
And how long have you done construction work?
I don't know, on and off, probably 15 years.
Chad, what high school did you go to?
Willard,
What year did you graduate?
Denton,
Okay. What was your last year you were in high school?
97,
What year would you have graduated?
98,
What was your mother's name?
Lacella Rowe,
And what was your father's name?
Rowley B. Rowe,
And when did Rowley die?
98.
And what was his relationship like with Regina?
It's very close,
Was she a daddy's girl?
yeah.
Do you know what she went to Pioneer for?
Small engine repair,
Did she tear an engine apart?
yeah.
A car engine?
Lawnmower engines, dirt bikes.
Okay. And when your dad died in 1998, how did that affect Regina?
It hit her pretty hard.
Did your mom remarry?
Yes.
And when did she remarry?
I think it was like 4 or 5 years later or something.
Okay. And who did she marry?
Lincoln Holbrook?
And is he still alive?
No.
And when did he die?
Don't remember.
And is your mother still alive?
No, sir.
And when did she die?
2015.
Okay. So your mother died in 2015, your father died in 1998.
Yep.
And what was Regina's relationship like with your mother?
It was close.
Now, do you have any siblings other than Regina?
Yeah, my older brother, Charles.
Charles. Okay, so what's the age hierarchy between you, Regina, and Charles?
Charles is the oldest, then Regina's middle, then I'm the youngest.
And how well did you get along with Regina?
We was close.
And you close your entire life? You close for a certain number of years? How long were you close with Regina?
We was real close, going through childhood, and then as she got with Paul, kind of drifting a little bit.
Why is that?
We still talk. He didn't want her to be around us.
And in fact, did Regina buy a car in the late summer, early fall 2001?
Yeah,
What did she buy?
white Camaro,
And whose name was the white Camaro in?
in my name,
And why is it in your name?
because she didn't want Paul to get it in a divorce.
Her husband, Paul Hicks,
Yes,
did you see him in the courtroom?
yes,
Could you point him out, describe
Yes.
what he's wearing?
yeah.
Stipulate, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's accepted. We move on.
Now, the day that, first of all, was Regina ever suicidal?
No,
And what was her relationship like with her son in Montana?
it was close.
Now, shortly before Regina died, did she begin to buy things?
What's that?
Shortly before her death, she began to buy things.
Yeah.
What did she buy?
She bought the Camaro, a four-wheeler, and I think that was it.
And where was she living at?
She was on the corner of Dell and I can't think of that road. She lived on
Okay.
a two-story house.
Did she have a cell phone?
Yes,
And shortly before her death, did she buy a cell phone?
I don't recall.
Do you recall anything about her buying a cell phone?
No.
Do you recall her ever having a broken cell phone?
Yeah,
And when did you have a broken cell phone?
no.
Excuse me?
What was it now?
The question was, did you ever recall your sister having a broken cell phone?
Yes.
And when did she have a broken cell phone?
It was probably a couple months or something before she passed away.
Do you remember how it was the cell phone was broken?
No.
Did you buy her a radar detector?
The what?
Do you recall buying your sister a radar detector?
No.
Was your sister a drug addict?
No.
Did you have occasion to witness the relationship between your sister and the defendant?
No.
Did your sister carry a lot of money on her?
She did there when she got her part of the insurance money.
And how much would she carry on her?
I never did, it was a pretty good chunk.
Okay. Do you know if the defendant had access to your sister's house on Dale?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Do you know if he had a key?
I know that some items came up missing.
What came up missing?
My dad's shotgun that got burned up in the fire that they got the insurance money for.
Okay. And when did the gun turn up missing? Before or after the fire?
The house burned and the gun was in the house when it burned. And then when they split up, she took it with her and it was in the garage. And then it come up missing.
Okay. When was the last time you saw your sister?
The night before she come up missing.
And where were you at when you saw her?
At my Uncle Denny's house on New State Road.
Okay. And who was at Uncle Denny's house other than you?
My cousin Dusty Patrick and Drew Music.
Anyone else?
There was some other people there. I don't remember exactly who it was.
Okay. What were you guys doing there?
We were standing around just talking
Okay.
and everything, and then she pulled in with Mikey Perkins,
And when she pulled in, what was she driving?
the Camaro.
The white Camaro? And what was her mood like?
She was happy. I mean, they just come back from McCoon Cycles, where she bought some Fox Racing shirts, and she bought me a hat and a shirt.
Did she give it to you then?
Yeah.
Did she buy anything else?
That's all I can remember.
Okay. Did she and Mike Perkins get out of the car?
No.
So they were parked in the driveway?
Yep.
And were
In
you
the
talking?
driveway.
And you were talking to them while they were in the car?
Yeah.
Did she turn the car off?
Not that I can remember of.
All right. How long was she there?
I want to say about 15 to 30 minutes.
Mhm. And what topic was discussed?
She said that she.
Or what topic was discussed?
What's that?
What topic was discussed?
She was talking about how she was going to go shopping and was going to go drop Mikey off and go pick Montana up and bring him back to my mom's house.
And Was that at the beginning or the end of the conversation?
Towards the end.
And do you know where Mike Perkins lived?
I lived over on the east side, somewhere over there.
Did you know him?
Not really. I knew of him because he was, I think, 2 grades ahead of me or something.
Mm-hmm. So, what happened after your sister left? What did you do?
After we got done, I went on home and went to bed.
Where were you living at the time?
I think I was living on New State.
And did there come a point in time where you learned that your sister was missing?
The next day,
And how did you find out your sister was missing?
I was down at my mom's place, and nobody had talked to her. And then I got the phone rang, and I picked it up, and it was Paul saying that they found her, and he couldn't bear to go out there.
Now, when you found out that your sister was missing, did you do anything?
Yeah,
What did you do?
we and my brother, we went out looking for her.
And when you went out looking for her, where did you go?
We went down Town Line 12, all through Willard.
And why did you go on Town Line 12?
Because she was supposed to pick Montana up out on Town Line 12.
Was there a specific property that you were supposed to pick him up at?
Steve Gates,
And did you know where Steve Gates' property was?
yes.
And how did you know where his property was?
Because we all went to the same school, and I heard that he had bought it.
So you drove by.
Yeah,
And what did you see when you drove by?
nothing.
Was anybody there?
I didn't see anybody.
And when did considering the day you found she was missing and the day that she was discovered, in between those 2 days, when were you out looking for her?
The whole time.
Every
We
day?
found out, yeah.
And who was with you the whole time?
Me and my brother and my Uncle Carl went with us one time.
And who was driving?
I was.
Did you stop at the Gates property?
We stopped at the road beside the Gates property.
The railroad access?
Yes.
And what did you do when you stopped there?
We just kind of looked out the window over the property
Okay.
to see if anything looked out of the ordinary.
Did you go down to Section Line Road 30?
Yes.
And what did you do when you got to Section Line Road 30?
I do believe we turned left and went back up to Little West Road.
So you went up the bridge.
Yeah, we went up and over.
And did you attempt to call her?
Yes.
And what happened?
It went straight to voicemail.
And what number were you calling of hers?
I called her cell phone and house number.
Do you know who reported your sister missing?
My mother did.
Now, how was it that you learned that your sister was found?
Paul called.
The defendant called?
Yeah.
Where were you at when the defendant called?
I was at my mom's house.
Okay, what were you doing at your mom's house?
We was trying to figure out what happened to Regina.
And who else was at your mom's house?
My cousin Dusty. And I don't remember if anybody else was there at the time.
Okay. Do you recall what time of day the defendant called?
About around midday light.
And what did the defendant tell you?
He said that they found a car in a pond out on Section Line 30, and he thinks it might be Regina, and he couldn't bear to go out there. And I said, okay, click, and I jumped in the vehicle. Me and Dusty did, and we ran out to Section Line 30.
And when you got to Section Line 30, what did you see?
From about Town Line 12 to the south, it was full of people standing on the bridge and everywhere. And beside the stop sign, Paul's dad, Jackie Hicks, was kneeled down, and he was crying, and he said, "It's her, it's her."
Anybody else there you recognized?
The one sheriff,
Dean Howard?
Matt.
Matt
Matt
Spencer?
Spencer, and Dana Howard was back further down the road. Matt was the one that was blocking the road off, so nobody could get behind the tape.
And how long were you there?
I stayed there until they left with the car.
So you witnessed the car did you witness the car being pulled out of the pond?
Yes.
And how long after that did you stay there?
Right after the car got pulled out, I ended up leaving after the car left.
And where did you go?
I went to my mom's.
And what happened when you got to your mom?
I told my mom that it was her car and everything.
Okay. Thank you. How soon after she was found was her funeral held?
It wasn't too long after.
Was it less than a week?
Yeah, I'd say.
Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence.
All right, on cross-examination.
Mr. Rowe, directing your attention back to 2001, how old were you at the time?
I want to say 19 or 18.
Okay. And I know you would, there's no sense asking you and your brother about both of these questions. And both of you agree you're allowed to sit in the courtroom for these proceedings, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And a matter of fact, in fairness, the state in their opening statement really didn't discuss things that you were going to be talking about, fair? Okay, all right. Now, at this time, your mom was still alive, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, I mean, as a family, you're want to keep up to date with the investigation that's going on from the sheriff's department, right? Okay. Would you agree with me there was frustration on your part as the younger brother, your older brother, and your mom, because you understood that there were multiple suspects and they weren't telling you what was going on with the case?
Yeah.
Okay. And we know for a fact, like you said, there were 90 people out there, and this was mostly due to the scanner, correct? And then people were making phone calls, if you recall. I know it's a long time ago, but do you recall that?
That's probably word of mouth,
Okay.
I figure.
And then Jimmy Patrick's your uncle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing I want to ask you about, word in the community was that Regina had this large amount of money on her from recently, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that information was beyond just your family, right? Your mom and
Objection,
your
Your
brother.
Honor.
Objection's over with, you can inquire.
Okay.
If you know
The
the.
large amount of money that Regina came into possession of, that was somewhat common knowledge among her friends, clearly her family, but among her friends as well, correct?
I don't know about her friends or not, but family, yeah.
Okay. And again, you were apprised, even in 2001, early on in 2002, that they were looking at multiple people. Isn't that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further. Thank you.
Anything based on that, Mr.
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I am going to excuse you. You can return to your seat. Again, don't discuss the case with anyone until after the jury reaches a verdict, okay? Thank you. If I can see counsel for a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the attorneys have indicated that it would be an appropriate time to break, given the continuity of the witnesses here. We are at 4 o'clock, a little bit earlier than we customarily would take a break, but they have been making good progress today, so I would say we're ahead of pace. I also can look outside and see that we're getting a fairly good dose of snow right now, so getting you on the road would probably be a good idea. Again, obviously there's some publicity about the case, and you're all aware of that. Very important, you've now heard a lot more about the case than you knew yesterday. People are gonna wanna know what you know. The answer is you can't talk to them until you're done here. So don't discuss the case with anyone. Don't allow anyone to discuss it, and don't form or express any opinions about it until we get it to you for deliberation. Tomorrow morning, we're going to ask that you arrive around 8:30 with the anticipation we'll start at 8:45, okay? So we will see you all in the morning. Thank you.